What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about meditation and what I've noticed about meditating every single day. So for me, it's been like I'd say around a month, 6 weeks really, that I've been doing it every single day. And the things that I've noticed a lot. It's actually kind of funny because I thought it really wouldn't do anything in the beginning. But looking back at it now, like, it actually helped me get ahead. And it really did benefit me. So number one, the first thing it did was decrease my stress. Like, life is stressful, you know what I'm saying? Everyone has their own things. A lot of people, they're going through their own things in life. And everyone has problems. And I feel like instead of getting drunk, instead of like partying, like gambling, just maybe you're missing meditation. Maybe that's the void that could fill it, because when you meditate, it feels as if you're just realizing everything's just a thought. You're just letting things go. You're letting things flow through your head, and you will realize that, wow, I've been really getting mad at what I perceive I should be getting mad at, rather than just accepting it and just relaxing about the situation because it happened. Once the situation happens, there's nothing you could really get mad at anymore. You understand? It already happened. It's just in your choice to you want to just forgive everyone. When you forgive everyone, it just makes you feel better in the inside as well, because everyone has their own ego that they're dealing with. Everyone has their own problems, and just forgiveness can go so far, especially because you realize, like, when you meditate, you're getting mad for no reason, really. Like, yeah, you could be correct, right? But why would you get mad? Release negative energy back out to the universe. If you want positive energy, you got to release positive energy. So that's number one. It definitely decreased my stress. Like, I just let things be. I don't really try to overthink things as much, and it really helps. So number two, I felt more positive. When I meditate, I don't really do it for that long. I do it for like 10 minutes every day. But you notice that your thoughts aren't you. You understand? Most people get consumed in their thoughts, thinking that defines who you are, like that's you. But I've learned that things flow through your mind. Like, in my head, I see it as like a faucet, and it's like a river, and a faucet that goes down a river. Your faucet is what you think, and you're looking at the river. Your thoughts go down the faucet, flows in the river, and you're sitting down at the tree looking at your thoughts pass you by. That's what I noticed. Like, so things like, you know what I'm saying? If you have things that you think, you're like, oh my gosh, why am I thinking that? Or, oh my gosh, is this going on? Like, what's wrong? Just know that doesn't define who you are. Like, once you realize that and you just let it flow past, like, you let thoughts, like all that anxiety, it flows past you. Because once again, that doesn't define who you are. When you think about things that haven't happened yet, that's how you become anxious. You have anxiety now. Now you're like, oh my gosh, I need this. I need this specific outcome. I need this specific outcome. And it didn't even happen yet. So really think, like, why am I overreacting for something that didn't even happen yet? And that's out of my control, that I have no idea what's going to happen. You understand? It helped me become more aware of just my thoughts overall, and how I should be thinking the best out of each situation, rather than focusing on a specific outcome or holding on to a certain ending that I have in my head. Like, you understand? And it just helps me realize that you could really monitor your thoughts if you really tried. You just have to control that part of your mind. Number three, it improves my self-discipline. I've noticed that when I show up every single day for myself and I'm still getting it done and I'm still executing what I have to do, I think that, oh, now I have to meditate every day. Me just trying to meditate every day, just showing up every day rather than just focusing on the long term off rip, I just focus, take it day by day. That helped me so much because it not only improves my discipline because I know I'm gonna do it. If I say I'm gonna do it and I think I'm gonna do it, I do it. So that makes me feel, gives me more confidence to do the bigger tasks that I want to do. It just makes me feel good because you're paying attention to your thoughts. And when you could streamline, you could turn that faucet and you could like put a filter on the faucet for positive thoughts. You will make it so much further in life because one, you will lose the victim mentality, but two, you realize, wow, like you have an epiphany. Like I actually have epiphanies that like, wow, like this is that way. I can't believe I've been doing this and that just because I've been controlling my mind and I'm really thinking, like seriously thinking. And it's a beautiful thing, really. So yeah, definitely improved my self-discipline overall. And I suggest that when you do this, just think about doing it the next day. Don't think about, oh, I gotta do this for weeks and months. Just take it day by day. If you skip a day, cool, but just try to get back on it. It's all good. You understand? But yeah, you realize that you could get more things done and you will start having epiphanies that you could do anything you put your mind to. Number 4, you become more self-aware. Back to what I was saying, just to really touch up on the first point, just to really get more in depth, you become more self-aware with yourself. You really see your faults, you see your errors, you see your sins that you make on a consistent basis. And although you can accept that you're not perfect, you just want to also just try to get better. And you don't want to be as strong if you want to be as strong as possible, you're going to have the least amount of weaknesses, and the way to do that is to figure out your faults. Half the problem is realizing where you're going wrong and why you've been doing this, because of what is triggering that. Understand? Really try to hone in on the ability and see what is the issue rather than blaming others and blaming your situation, because anything you could do, you put your mind to, you can do it. All you have to do is conquer your mind, because like it's really you versus you in this. You understand? Like you're your own worst enemy. You want to be better than you were yesterday. And the way you do that is planning on getting better tomorrow. You understand? If you want to get better, if you want to be better than the person yesterday, you have to plan who you're going to become tomorrow. Like tomorrow, like the next day, your whole day should already be planned. You should already have a routine on what's going on. You understand? So you have to lock in on that. Make sure you really have the discipline to pull this off. Because if you don't, this isn't for you. Last but not least is it improves your mental clarity. I've realized that, wow, I can actually think and hone in rather than just mindlessly scroll in the internet. Like I could really think about what I want to do. It helps me actually come up with a plan, because most people are so distracted that you can't even come up with a plan to get yourself out of your situation. But how do you do that? If you hone in and you become more disciplined, you realize that, wow, now I could turn on the faucet. I could put a filter on the faucet. Let's watch this, how this river could get so good if I just focus on the river. Long as that faucet still has that faucet still has that little filter on it, you will be all right. You understand? Just make sure that your faucet is in your filter is indestructible. You understand? But you could do this, man. I'm telling you. Like you become more self-aware. You become more, like my mental clarity is so much better. Like I can actually pull through with something rather than me get distracted. I have more focus on my task, whatever I'm doing. I have more focus on. And it just feels so good to be able to not get distracted and actually have a clear head and a clear conscience of like what you're trying to do or like where you're trying to go. And the whole point of life is to have time to think. And I feel like you need time to think about who you want to be, like the people you want to be with, like your morals, like your goals. And you can't think about stuff like that if you're constantly distracted by outsources that's on you. You understand? But I know that if you just keep God in your life, you know what I'm saying, and you really try to become better, anything is possible. You can do anything, but the first step is to believe in you. All right, man. I'm gonna catch you guys later, man. Have a good one.